Magandang araw mga Kakalbros and welcome to Basketboleros with the Kalbros.
Yeah.
Okay, ako po si Papa Bear Benji Paras na dati nyo nakikita sa hardcourt ngayon kung saan nyo na lang nakikita. Pero andito ako ngayon para mag-breakdown sa inyo ng laro at ng buhay.
That's right. Ako si Casey Montero and I'll be your resident hoops junkie. I'm all about the stats, the highlights at minsan the konting basketball chismis at hindi lang tayo Kalbros.
Yes.
May pareho tayong balbas.
Balbas na puti.
Na puti. Okay. So if you live and breathe basketball just like us, follow our show, hit that notification bell on Spotify. Let's get it going on. Of course, this is Basketboleros with the Kalbros.
Okay, eto na, simulan na natin. At bigatin talaga yung aming guest ngayon, okay? Hindi lang sa pangalan ng basketball, there are basketball royalties sa Pinas. From the court to the culture, they've been setting the bar for years.
That's right. So if hoops had like a Hall of Fame, so itong family na to, they would be first ballot, first inductees. They would build the Hall of Fame for families. I'm talking about Coach Bong, Kiefer, and of course 30, the Ravenna family in the building.
Hello.
Yes,
Guys. Thank you for having us.
Okay, ngayon lang to. Dapat kasi isa-isa silang guest. So ngayon pinagsama-sama. Simulan natin. Papa Bong, alam ko kasi na yung trabaho ng dalawang anak mo yon ay outside the country. So ngayon bihira talaga kayong magkita.
Yes.
So paano ba yon? Pumupunta ka ba ron? Or inaantay mo lang silang bumalik saka kayo nagbabanding?
Well, pag may time, nag-visit ako doon. Pero kadalasan, hinihintay ko na lang umuwi eh. Like, pag off-season na, so, uwi na sila sa bahay. Doon pala kami magkikita, magbabanding. So, sinasamantala ko yung time na yon pag nandito sila.
So, inaantay mo na lang sila kasi matipid din eh, no? Hindi ka napupunta ron.
Hindi na, magastos na pag ako pumunta.
Magastos. Nung first time yung umalis, naglaro, naiwan yung family, mahirap o sanay na?
Yeah, especially with 30 because siya yung nauna eh. So, sobrang hirap, nakakaawa. Kasi all by himself, Christmas, New Year, mag-isa siya. Tapos andito kami lahat. So,
nabutan pa siya ng pandemic so wala talagang makapunta at all.
Tama.
So zero visitors.
Yeah. Kasi ako rin, nung si Kobe umalis, sobrang lungkot ko. Dahil every time, tinitingnan ko yung kwarto niya, wala siya. So, ginawa ko man cave. Nung wala siya. So, happy naman ako. At least naalala ko pa rin siya.
at least hindi mo siya makalimutan lagi.
Nung bumalik siya, sabi ko, bili ka na ng kondo. So, bumili naman. So, ay, okay na siya.
Tapos yung kondo niya, man cave.
Win-win. Win-win.
Yeah. Pero kayo, no? Alam nyo ba na pamilya talaga kayo ng sport? Yung talagang andun yung sports parang hindi mawawala sa inyo.
Yeah.
Like si Mosi, yung mami nyo, volleyball, si Danny, volleyball. Tapos kayo paano kayo sa loob ng bahay? Nagtatalo-talo ba kayo?
At first, hindi ko in-expect na magiging athlete sila lahat. Yung tatlo. So, wala sa akin nung normal lang dapat eh na baka may trabaho na later on. Hindi ko naman pinipilit into sport. So, I will just support kung ano man yan. But, fortunately, naging talagang family with sports kami, yung athlete lahat. So, awa ng Diyos, dalawa yung OFWs ko.
I don't even know how you do it. Ano yung may agimat sa dugo mo siguro? Kasi, diba, your whole family is not only good in sports, they're professional, championship caliber.
To be honest, Casey, hindi na ako nahirapan to push them. Talagang they love the sport, the game, especially our youngest, si Danny. So, before, badminton yan. Tapos later on, nag-volleyball naman. But these two talagang, basketball na. Especially Keith. Yep.
No, it's hard because like my dad, ako din na, I was an athlete before. Before. So I grew up playing baseball. I grew up playing American football. I also played wrestling, collegiate wrestling. And so my dad was a football player, and so he would always push sports as a form of discipline. But he didn't push very hard. So you're saying that because you guys both loved the game of sports, of basketball, that you didn't actually have to push them so hard. So why basketball? 30.
Well, I guess yun nga, sinabi ni Papa kanina, it was kind of destined for us to play the sport kasi nga growing up, pinapanood namin si Papa maglaro ng basketball. And it was easier, I think, for me kasi my coaches, I have a coach in school and I have a coach off the court as well with my dad. Nagtitrain din kami outside of our practice hours, so mas madali for us. And actually, baseball was my first sport as well, but I had to switch sports kasi I couldn't stay under the sun for too long. Dumudugo yung ilong ko.
What age was this?
Grade school?
Yeah.
10?
Around 10, yeah.
So, pag under the sun, dumudugo yung ilong mo.
Yes, mas lalo na po dati.
Pag kayo ni Kobe, nasa Palawan, nasa beach kayo, hindi naman dumudugo ilong mo.
Ganun, ang natutunan ko lang is sanayan.
Nag-adapt.
Bilis naman mag-adapt yung katawan nila.
Pero nung time na hindi ka pa nakapag-adapt.
Bata pa po.
Bata pa kasi. May reason naman.
Keith, ikaw, basketball lagi?
Yeah, I think
Number
for
one,
me,
yeah.
I was one of, I would say, talagang from the start, they were just basketball. Hindi na nahirapan si Papa. Kalad ka rin ako papunta sa gym, sa practice. Bola na kaagad yung hawak ko. I really had a few toys, except for Barney and maybe Godzilla. During that time na lumalaki ako, na yun na lang yung hinawakan ko. Pero lagi na lang ako paminsan nagpe-presenta sa kanya na walang school today, pwede ako sumama sa practice, pwede yung mag-shooting. Minsan pag hinahanap nila ako, boses na lang yung naririnig nila. They would hear voices in my room kasi nanonood ako ng VHS pa nung araw na yun.
Ano yun?
Netflix na lang ata naabuti.
Hindi na Betamax yun.
Yun nga, parang naririnig na lang nila ako na gumagawa ko ng mga sarili kong plays, ng mga ganito habang nanonood ng basketball. So I guess, it was something that I really loved from the start. That's why what I do now, medyo second nature pagdating sa basketball. Pag medyo matagal ako nagbe-break, hanap-hanapin mo na din. So, yan. Pero I'm just making the most out of it because I know it's not gonna be forever. So I'm just making sure that, I enjoy it while I can.
Okay, ang sarap pakinggan ng kwento at bonding moments ng Ravenna family. Parang team chemistry na kahit ilang seasons, solid pa rin.
For sure, Calbro. Pero now, let's take a quick time out from the feels and break down the Ravenna family playbook in our next segment called The Replay.
Mga Kakal Bros, we're giving away a total of 5,000 pesos Arena Plus vouchers to 10 new users. Tune in lang sa Basketballeros with the Kakal Bros. Tapos sagutin ang anong pick mo questions sa comment section. Huwag kalimutang ilagay ang inyong Arena Plus username. Join na!
And we're back here on the show, and looking back, kasi minsan we want to learn the best. We learn from experience, and the best way to do that is see where that started. And of course, we start here with the dad. And so we're going to be talking to, obviously, these guys right here about what they did at home. So let's get into the home of the Ravennas, because you watched your father growing up and you saw his love for basketball. And I think as children, even your son, they want to make their dad proud. Right, and so that you eventually fell in love with the things that your dad was fell in love with.
Pero ikaw, Bong, like nakita mo si Kiefer mahilig sa basketball, naging stricto ka ba? Or sige, laro ka lang muna? Or maganong?
Well, ako more on discipline ako eh. I made sure pagdating niya sa school, binigay ko siya sa coach niya. Bahala ng coach niya. Hindi ako masyadong stage father. So, tahimik lang ako. Background lang ako. Pero pag uwi sa bahay, saka ako mag-aano sa kanila.
Sino yung mas kulit?
Ito,
Si 30.
Si 30 siguro yung mas makulit.
So, paano yung pag in trouble siya? So sa bahay, so run lines or may drills?
Si 30, before, growing up, pag nagtitraining, maririnig mo yung coach, 30! Sisigaw, hinahanap siya doon sa court. Tapos hinahanap siya, nandun siya sa field, naghuhuli ng mga grasshopper. Yan, ganun siya. True story.
Pinoy na Pinoy.
Yan ang hilig niya, mga insects. Yun, doon siya sa court. Tapos saka na siya sisigawan, babalik na naman siya.
So, magkaiba sila ni Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer dito lang
ito
sa basketball.
Si Kiefer kasi pinapanood ko nung araw. Kasama tayo.
Yeah.
So siya, high school, pero yung caliber niya, college. Kung maglaro.
Yeah.
Tapos pagdating ng college, yung caliber niya, pang pro na. So, yung ba, in-expect mo kagad o...
Even nung naalala ko sa bahay, ano pa siya, grade school. Maybe 10, no? 10, siguro 8 or 10. Nagulat ako for his age, nanonood siya ng basketball. Ano ba yung game na yun, whatever. PBA yata yun. Tapos, Papa, look at this, nagba-box in one sila.
Oh.
Parang tinignan ko yung TV. Oo nga, no. Parang may at this age, ako nga, hindi ko nakita yun kung anong ginagawa ng depensa. So, sabi ko, itong batang to, pag lumaki to, magaling na coach to. Pag hindi man siya naging player, magaling na coach because nakikita niya na You see the plays, the game. Sabi ko, may gift to na na nakikita niya na. Pero hindi ko in-expect na magiging magaling siya mag-basketball. Yan ang ko sa kanya at first. Sabi ko, magaling na coach yan pag tumanda.
Kiefer, when did you feel like, I'm pretty good. I'm good at this. I'm good at basketball?
Siguro po nung mga high school was the turning point where I kinda told myself this is the profession I want. I want to do in the future. Siguro kaya dun ko nasabi na time na yun kasi dun ako nag-fully commit na pagtatrabahuhan ko siya. Kasi alam kong hindi masyadong marami yung outside forces na magsasabi sa'yo na magaling ka, this and that. And I really didn't want that to be the limit lang. So it came from within also na push myself. It's very, very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. We're very fortunate to have both athletes as parents kasi alam nila na walang sikreto kundi magsipag ka lang talaga tsaka oras lang, dedication, yun lang. Wala naman talagang ibang secret. I'm sure si Tito Benji mag-a-agree din doon na of course may mga physical gifts tayo na wala sa iba, na meron yung iba, wala tayo. Pero other than that, kung magsisipag ka, malayo pa rin mararating mo. So I made sure that was my calling card up until now, na hindi ko papabayaan yun. And kahit na anong sabihin nila na magaling ka, na even personally na you'd tell yourself sometimes, you'd pat yourself in the back. Pero the hard work continues and it never stops.
How about you, 30? Was this after or before you put the grasshopper down?
Maybe a little bit after that.
Okay.
Pero yung na-realize ko yun nga, just like what Manong said, na I wanted to commit to basketball was in my sophomore year sa UAAP Juniors. Kasi nung year na yun, nakapasok ako sa team ng Ateneo but I wasn't playing. Siguro mga 4 na laro lang out of all the elimination games yung nilaro ko and medyo 20 seconds, 5 seconds na ako pinapasok nung time na yun. And nung nakita ko yung individual rankings nung UAAP that year, I was 8th to the last amongst all the players in the league. So
it could have been worse, right?
Yeah, could have been
eight more times worse.
There was a time na ang tawag namin sa kanya si quality second.
Mr. Quality Seconds.
Yun lang.
Not quality minutes, quality seconds. Ganun lang siya ipasok.
Yeah. Tapos nung time na yun, sinabi ko sa sarili ko na this summer talagang magsisipag ako and that's when I dedicated myself to basketball. Kaya nung summer na yun, buong araw from siguro 6 a.m. nakikipaglaro na ako dun sa mga ka-village ko till about 9. Then may practice kami from 12 to 2 with Ateneo and then another one from 4 to 6. So the whole summer, ganun lang yung ginawa ko. And then by the end of next year, nung lumabas na ulit yung individual rankings, number 2 na ako. So parang doon ko na-realize na walang secret to success kundi hard work lang talaga. So
siya malaking tulong din na that summer, I think he grew like 4 or 5 inches. So
yeah, and
that might help a little.
That might have helped.
That was nung nakita ko after the summer, naiwan na ako.
Ibig sabihin, hard work makes you grow.
Yes.
Physically.
If remember, sabi namin dalawa ni Kip, si 30, typical athlete to. Si Kip may gift the maturity at a young age. 30, pag ito na-develop, kasi prototype to athletic the rest will just follow.
Oo.
Dahil sobrang nakita namin yung build niya. Sobrang typical athlete talaga.
Lumalaki.
Yeah. My dad never said that about me.
Tatanda ko nga si Kiefer. Tanda mo yung nagpunta tayo sa Amerika noon.
Yeah.
Naglaro. Ang nangyari,
Easter, what's that?
Easter Classic.
Easter Classic in Vegas.
We played same yung age bracket ni Kiefer. Sabi ko nga, yung bracket nito, sobra-sobra.
Doon na,
Alam mo, tinalo namin yung mga parents nung kalaban, pinagalitan yung mga anak nila. Kung bakit nakakashoot to? Bakit nakagato? Galit na galit.
Experience yun, grabe experience na yan.
So let's talk about, let's say, family life a little bit. Let's say like inside the Ravenna house. If sports is like a family business, so ano yung boardroom version niya sa bahay? So what's dinner like? Is it like past the mashed potatoes, bounce past the mashed potatoes? Is it like may drawings? Like
actually,
what is it?
Siguro for us, ang pinaka dinidread namin more than dinners, it's car rides. Right after the game. I think.
After a bad game. After a bad game.
Masaya mayabang ka pag win, pag panalo team win di ba? Pero pag bad games and a loss, car rides are much worse than dinners.
Longer.
Ang haba ng...
Going to be a long ride.
Sa Marcos lang kami natira, ang layo ng Araneta.
Ang layo. Pag tayo no?
Sobrang layo, parang out of town.
Kaya speaking of talo, paano pag natalo, may sinasabi ka ba sa kanila? Or pag meron silang bad games, which is...
Of course, definitely may matatanggap sila. Alam na nila. But may twist akong ginawa later on Before is to, right after, yun na, sa kotse, pag-uwi, puro negative.
Mahaba.
Puro negative. Pero after a while, parang hindi na nagre-regress sila. So what I did, ni-reverse ko. Kumbaga, after the game, even talo, bad game, okay lang yan. Okay lang, bawi lang kayo, ganyan. In fact, maganda nga yung isang layup mo, isang free throw mo, blah, blah, blah.
Highlight the
Tapos,
positive.
bigyan mo muna ng kumpiyansa, right? Confidence muna. But after that, mali ka doon sa ganyan Bakit mo ginanyan? Para hindi,
feeling good.
Para
Okay,
feeling
let's
good
talk.
muna.
Build them up to break them down.
Yeah.
So medyo pagpasok sa kotse, hindi sila kaagad yung nagtatago, yung ganan.
Pero
Medyo
pag
relax.
sa bahay, like for example, dinner or anything na magkakasama kayo, still sports pinag-usapan?
Actually,
or
tinatry nga namin. Alam ko, growing up
nahihiwalay.
dito, tinatry namin i-avoid dun kasi, nung pag kumakain kami, kung nandito yung dinner table, may TV na nakaano sa, parang
nakahang
may rule kami na hindi tayo manonood ng volleyball or basketball.
Any sport.
Manood tayong teleserye dyan or something like that. Even for 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
We should try that today.
Kamustahan lang how our days went. Especially nung nag-pro na ako, tapos si 3D nasa, patapos na rin siya ng college. So yung mga stories namin, hindi na rin siya very shallow lang na puro sports lang. May mga na-experience na din kaming sa life, diba, na gusto namin i-share. So as much as possible, yun yung
sport.
mga rules sa bahay.
Bro, I'm sure gusto mo rin malaman yung key moments that really shaped them as an athlete.
Yes, kasi kung ako yung tatanungin mo, alam mo yung naaalala ko lang is yung maganda yung laro ko at nag-best player ako at yung nag-MVP ako. Yun yung memorable sa akin.
So ikaw may top 3 moments. So sentimental pero clutch, very, very, very you, bro. Very you. Okay, so let's move out of the tip-off and head to the main event.
Coach, ganito magbabato kami ng tanong sa'yo. Ngayon, yung sagot mo, it's either si 3D or si Kiefer. So, bibigyan ka namin ng bola. Kung sagot si Kiefer, bibigyan mo sa kanya.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yung bola natin, pasok. Ayun, nasa loko. Ang galing. Ayun, ang galing.
Hindi siya basketballero.
Okay.
Productionero.
Yes. Okay, simulan natin. Ito na.
Coach Bong, who is more competitive? Yung tipong kahit sa one-on-one, nobody wants to lose.
Ayun.
Game. Ikaw sumagot.
Oh.
Hindi.
No,
Ikaw yung mas competitive.
Bakit?
I don't know. I feel like si Mano nga yung mas competitive pero parehas kami hindi talaga magpapatalo kahit actually nung pandemic ka muntik pa kami mag-away.
Bakit? Ba't umabot
nung nagwa-1-on-1 kami kasi yun nga wala talaga magpapatalo. Tapos dumating sa point na physical na talaga. Tapos tinigil na namin yung 1-on-1.
Pero nakakatawa dito, Bench, may story sila dati. Si Papa, tinuturuan kami manggulang. Di ba? The usual, old school. Tinuturuan kami manggulang. Magdidribble ka, gumaganyan ka. Pag sumusundot, ginaganon niya. Si third yung may baba ng bola. Tapos, sakto, sumundot siya. Putok ang kilay. Putok ang kilay. So at least na-apply naman.
Na-apply.
May application.
So tama yung tinuro ng tatay mo.
Nakikinig lang naman po ako.
Naputokan ng kilay.
But what does happen pag 1-on-1 kayo? Who wins?
Dati sobrang competitive. Pero ngayon, ngayon mas chill na kami. Parang
wala na lang may injury kasi
may the best man win na lang.
Well, so you don't do it because you love each other, right?
Yeah.
Nung bata-bata pa ako, na competitive pa ako sa tatlo kami, 1-on-1.
Totoo.
Talagang
bakbakan din.
Hindi mananalo sa akin.
Siyempre.
Well, you get to the point, right? Because you're pushing them. Okay, no, they're not gonna beat me until
after a while, pagkatapos medyo parang malakas na to step aside na ako. Kayo na lang dalawa.
Kaya nyo na yan.
So sila na lang.
Actually, totoo yun.
Yeah, binigay ko yung bola kanina for 4:30 to say na si Keith talaga yung
planado
to answer.
Pero ito yung second question naman. Pakibigay kay Papa mo ulit. Okay. Kalimbawa nga, clutch time, down by 2. Kanino mo bibigay ang bola?
Dito.
Ayan.
Matik.
Bakit, Keith?
Ewan ko, siguro, Tito, meron lang akong experience nung bata ako. Naalala ko nung nasa Lasal pa ako na na-miss ko yung game-tying shot. And I think that was a very big turnaround when it comes to learning experience na siyempre, pagbata ka, 8 years old, 9 years old ka, pag natalo ka, automatic, iyak kayo lahat, ganyan, for some weird reason. Parang time na yun, parang hindi nagsisink in sa akin kung ano yung nangyari. Up until inulit ko siya ng inulit sa bahay na hinatak niya na ako pauwi kasi sarado na yung village court. And I think big turnaround siya in a way na, okay, so ito pala yung experience ng makapagpatalo ka ng team. Wow. So, I worked on that experience na nung tumatanda na din ako na, pag nandun ako sa situation na ulit na ganun, gagawin ko yung best ko para ma-shoot na. Kasi ayaw ko yung matalo yung experience mas na ganun. Pero eventually, nung tumatanda ka, wala, ganun talaga. Dito bench, parang minsan matatalo talaga dahil sa'yo.
Hindi, saka nung time mo, lahat na ng play sa'yo talaga.
That bench, yung after that particular game, talo sila, hindi niya na-shoot for that tie. Pag uwi sa bahay, diretso lang kami pumasok sa bahay. Siya, kumuha ng bola, lumabas. May basketball court sa labas. So doon na siya hanggang mag-sunset na. Tinawag na lang madilim na. Right after that particular game. Yun ang naalala ko dito.
Same shot lang.
Doon na siya.
It's a hard lesson.
Yeah.
Maganda. At least maganda yun. It's a good story to tell.
Alley-oop pa yun.
Alley-oop.
Okay, ito, third question. Okay, so who's more makulit sa practice?
Ito.
Makulit? Akala ko ba ito makulit?
Hindi. Okay.
Akala ko ito yung huhuli nung
nung bata.
Siguro ako lang yung yung pilyo tsaka prankster kasi ako to Benji.
Number one.
I make sure
ginagawa niya lahat laruan.
Ang practice minsan umabot sa point sobrang seryoso. Pero nung tumatanda din ako, lalo na nung nakakasama ko na sila Coach Jimmy Alapag, sila Kuya Jason, sila Gabe, parang hindi pala lang may time and place pala for all of that kasi nakasama ko din sila especially sa national team kung paano ko sila nakita mag-handle ng practices. Pag pito na start na yung practice, makikita mo, mararamdaman mo na nag-iiba na lahat kulitan pagkatapos pero by the time na mag-start na yun, seryoso na. Pero ako yun, after noon or before that, yan, doon siguro lumalabas yung kulit.
Ikaw, Bong, di mo siya sinasaway pag nakita mo, kulit mo. Hindi naman, di mo pinagsasabi.
Hindi naman, but good thing na nakasama siya dun sa mga ganong player like Jimmy, Gabe, Jason,
LA.
Serious,
yan ang mga mentor na nakikita niya na at least good influence siya.
Okay, ito naman. Halimbawa nga, sino naman ang sa game na parang after a few minutes, yung na-check nyo ako, nakapag-adjust ka agad.
Ito mabilis mag-adjust eh.
Oo.
Si Keith.
Yan.
Yeah. Yun.
Hindi, katulad nga ng kwento mo kanina, nabasa mo kaagad yung box in one eh.
Opo.
So ito, ganun din.
Parang ganun din. Basically, binabasa ko din yung game all throughout. Try to adjust in different situations. Although, minsan, syempre, kahit pa paano, mache-check ka talaga. Kahit anong pilit mo. Pero I think, naging naging asset na kahit di ka nakaka-score, alam mo yun, nakakagawa ka ng paraan para maging effective pa rin sa loob ng court.
Kaya tatandaan mo yung nabutan mo, of course, nabutan mo. Yung penalty, pag na-foul ka, pwede mong hindi ka mag-free throw. Pwede mong i-wave.
Oo.
So, pag crucial ganun, yun ang lagi kong ginagawa.
Talaga, umabot yung ganun ba dati?
Meron biglang act of shooting. Sabi ko, sabi ni John,
side inbound.
Tanga. Hindi na pwede. Kailangan mo i-shoot. Okay. Sige na, shoot.
Para maubos yung oras.
Maubos yung oras.
Okay, ito na. Who is more emotional after a win or a loss? Yeah, as soon as you see their face, alam mo na.
Pag natalo.
Yan,
Ayan.
Yan.
Umiyak na?
Yes, a couple of times. Pero sa akin, dinadamdam ko kasi kaagad siya right after the game, whether I'm happy or emotional na malungkot. Pero sa akin naman, mabilis din siya mawala. In the moment na ako ganun, pero after a while, mas kalmado na ako. But what I learned is that yung sabi ni Kobe, never too high, never too low. So now I learned my lesson na tulad din ng sinabi ni Manong, you won't always win. Magkakaroon din talaga ng mga times na matatalo ka. And whether your game is good or bad, kailangan kalmado ka lang.
Yan, magandang lesson sa yan. Kahit sa babae, ganyan. Dapat wag iiyak.
Kahit sa babae?
Oo, halimbawa magkaka-girlfriend, di ba?
I don't have girlfriends. I have wives too.
Dati.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Ano yan? Well, like for me, mas gusto ko nakikita yung player kasi na may emotions, especially pag natatalo. Very observant ako pag when I see players na if they win, okay. If they lose, same lang na no reaction.
They don't want it.
Medyo ako dyan. Dapat yun, nasasaktan ka. Nakikita ko na nasasaktan ka para you don't want to lose anymore. So, yun ang ko, like, one good example, si 3D, pag natatalo, nakikita ko yung body language, talagang umiiyak pa, mga ganon.
Ganon din yung si Kobe, ganon din. Umiiyak din yun. Ngayon, yung dalawa kong anak, yung bunso, si Sam, laging umiiyak yun. Minsan, papuntang game, naka-cellphone. Sabi ko ka na mag-cellphone, mag-concentrate ka, ganyan. Naka-cellphone na naman. Pag natalo, mamaya, huwag kang iiyak ka. Natalo. Nando sa bench, so nakatingin sa akin, hindi umiiyak. So, ngayon, hindi na siya umiiyak kung natalo. Hindi ko alam kung mali yung ginawa ko, pero gusto ko lang mag-concentrate siya.
Tama.
Pero ito naman, tanong ko, sino naman yung all-out lagi, even in practice, na parang game?
Both of them.
Pareho.
Yeah.
Pareho.
Never seen ganyan na nakita ko sila na naglalaro. Na all out yan. 110%. Yeah.
Saan niyo naman natutunan yun? Nakita niyo kay dad or experience sa coaches or sarili?
Well, sa akin, I guess it's my nature nga na talagang competitive akong tao. So, hindi ko kaya na tumansya ng laro. Doon ako nahihirapan. Kaya, tulad nga, this summer, it's first time ko maglaro ng panalay. So sobrang nahirapan ako kasi kailangan kalmado ka lang, kaya petics ka lang, pero yun nga sa akin, all out ako na player. It's either I go 100% or hindi ako maglalaro So yun nga, para sa akin it's more natural na bigay ko lahat every single game.
Yan yung maganda, no? Kaya minsan yung mga coaches nag-a-adjust, pagpahingin mo muna to sa practice. Kasi may game bukas, tumutuhod.
Ang hirap din kaya, best maglaro ng tinatansya mo
Mahirap.
Mahirap yung ganun. Ang hirap para sa player na, I don't know, hindi man lang lahat, but ako, I find it so hard para to adjust your game. No for me.
Ikaw rin, Keith. Isa sa'yo na yun. Sa sarili mo.
Medyo parang ganun lang. Pero I see it more for 30 kasi growing up, 30 had probably, a chip on his shoulder growing up, Ako kasi, nako-compare lang ako sa kanya nung naglalaro ko, nung tumatanda ako. Tapos sa kanya, dalawa pa kami. So, yung hard work tsaka yung all out sa kanya pagdating sa practice, very innate. So, ang inaano na lang namin sa kanya, syempre, ngayon, nasa professional ka na is, kahit kaming dalawa, pag all out sa ensayo, alam namin hindi namin mapipigilan. Kailangan mo na balansehin yung recovery mo, yung tulog mo, kain mo. Hindi ka na pwede yung alam mo na all out ka sa ensayo pero matutulog ka na, puyat ka, yung ganyan, tapos all out ka ng umaga. So, yun na lang ang challenge kasi
the
talaga.
Recovery.
Oo, kasi pag tumatanda ka din, yun na lang tito ang kalaban.
Yun may mararamdaman ko na. Kaya nga nung sa PBA, natuto na akong jumamshot, tumira sa labas. Masakit na sa loob.
Saka lumalakas, saka lumalaki na din yung mga kalaban, di ba? Bumabata pa. So,
nagpapagawa ako ng play coach, ako na lang to, ha? Siya na yung fa-flash.
Parang ano terms yan?
Masakit na eh.
Upgrade ba yan sa atin? When we grow, pag tumanda na tayo, nag-upgrade ba yung laro natin?
Ikaw,
kasi tumitira tayo sa labas pag tumanda na eh. Dati slash ako eh. Slash, takbo, slasher.
Nung pumasok yung 2000 dito, corner shot na lang nakita ko dito. Wala na 3 points na sa kanto.
Quality seconds na lang ako. Quality seconds.
Corner lang ako. I'll go to the corner.
Okay, ito yung next question. So I think I probably know the answer to this one, but who is more likely to be the hype guy, the guy to go and give the speech right before the game?
Hindi. Ako si 30.
Yeah.
Just because best man ko siya sa kasal ko. So best man ko siya. So nakita ko kung paano siya mag-handle ng crowd na everybody would be in the same energy. So
okay.
I'm sure pagdating din sa teams na napuntahan niya, kahit nung nasa Ateneo pa siya, college niya, yun naman ang naririnig ko sa mga teammates niya. So more on ako kasi ako yung obviously leader, pep talk, pero to keep the same energy sa lahat, I think si 30.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say I'm the energy guy, pero hindi rin ako yung mahilig magsalita sa team. I don't really give pre-game speeches. I just try to lead by example. Kaya bibigay ko sana kay Manong kasi siya talaga yung nagsi-speech sa games. He's a natural leader. Kaya para sa akin siya yung nagsasalita before the game.
But you gave a best man speech.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it embarrassing? Was it good?
It was a little bit of everything, just to lighten the mood, just to make everyone happy, and just to be real as well. Yun nga lang yung balance na ginawa ko. And hopefully nagustuhan naman ni Manong. Hindi naman siya masyadong
not too high, not too low.
Yeah, balance, right?
Dapat
still,
combination.
You didn't say, brother, please, don't say it. Don't say it all.
Yes. No. So it's a free mic.
Sinubukan ko naman na
Filter out.
Okay.
Ito lang, additional lang, tanong ko lang. Nung time kasi natin, wala naman trash talk nun. Di ba? Pag nag-trash talk ka, sunto ka na sa labas. So ngayon kayong dalawa, napapanood ko eh. May trash talk kayong dalawa eh. Dahil nakikita ko yun, lalo pag na-shootan mo yung kalaban, andun eh. So ito, na-apply na or talagang because that's how
the players,
the players are doing now?
Well, siguro,
even in high school and college, ganun eh.
Siguro, sa amin siguro, it was how we were brought up. I think
Brothers
it was the environment that we grew up in. Ako lumaki ako kalaban yung mga mga Bakal Boys, Solar Boys, yung mga ganyan talaga. Yun yung lumaki ako diyan. Naalala ko dati bata ako, ayaw ko paglaro ni Papa kung nakachinelas ako. Nakakaya Tito Ben, si Casey nakakaya pag lumabas ka doon na naka full on sapatos ka tapos mga karpintero ka labang kantsa umabot mo.
Like me.
Ngayon
sports mode na yan dito. May sports mode pa yan eh. So ako lumalabas ako naka-rubber shoes pero pagdating ko dun sa court, tinatanggal ko na, nagpapaana ako kasi ayaw niyang ganun. So I think yung pagdating dun sa trash talk, it was the environment we grew up in. And I think yung mga bata ngayon, ganun na din. Kasi yun na din napapanood nila eh. I mean, from the NBA to whatever sport you play, yung mga kung ano-anong celebrations and things like that. And I think it's part of the game. It's nice to have that little edge on somebody, especially pag ito yung nakakabantayan mo buong laro. Diba? Parang hindi naman pwede na talagang ganun lang yung gusto mo. And basketball is a big mental game as well. And who gets into that phase na masisira mo yung laro ng isa, baka yun na yung lamang mo eh. Yun na yung lamang mo, and I think that's how we were able to do that. And pero ang pinaka-importante lang siguro pagdating sa ganun is yung timing. Ang hirap naman makipag-trash-talkan ng tambak. yun lang medyo tinuro sa amin. Na pag ganyan, timing lang tayo.
Tahimik ka lang, tambak kayo eh.
Oo, di ba? Parang baka turo yung score naman lamang kami.
Pero natuto din ako na hindi na rin po ako nagsasalita during the game kasi natuto na ako na pag ako yung nagsimula, minsan ako din yung napipikon eh. So, minsan,
pag
binalikan na ako, so natuto na ako na hindi na lang ako magsasalita unless sila yung mauna. Tapos doon na lang ako magiging competitive.
Pero ang hirap kasi sa Japan, di ba, ang babait ng mga...
Medyo mabait yung mga tao. And parang grabe yung huhugutin mo sa sarili mo para makipag-trash-talkan sa'yo. Kasi wala naman silang ginagawa sa'yo.
Yung mga import lang talaga yun. Sila lang eh. Sila lang talaga yung
ano rin naman siguro kahit yung mga import kasi parang alam namin na trabaho lang tayo, pagalingan lang tayo lahat. I mean, minsan, I think, abot lang sa emotional bar na pag talagang dikdikan na yung laro. Hindi maiwasan.
Have you ever been trash talked by a Japanese player but you don't even know what they're saying? I don't know.
Siguro kasi sa tagal na rin naming nagkakalaban, more on kulitan na lang. Hindi na siya parang trash talk lumalabas. It's just the companionship din na we faced each other. I've been there for 5 years now, so faces and names are familiar na we're friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, competitive friends in a way na as soon as we step on that court, maya na tayo mag-usap.
Kulitan muna sa warm-up. Pag pre-game shoot around.
After that, I don't think any coach would like one of his players, just being jolly and giggly with another.
I think trash talk is part of any sport or anything that has competitiveness in it. Like even yung chess player nag-trash talk. Diba?
Yes.
Pero nag-start to kay dati kay Muhammad Ali yan eh. Doon nagsimula
mga
yan.
Speeches niya sa press.
Yung anak ko nga, yung 16-year-old boy na naglalaro, nakalaban niya yung mga teammates niya. Grabe, tinitira niya, tapos tinatrash talk. Tapos mamayang konti, yung referee, nawat sila. Tapos nagtingin na sila, nagtawan na. Magkakaibigan kami nito. Sabi, huwag yun hindi nga, naglalaro lang kung sa kanila. Parang lang to challenge.
All right. So from trash talk to, I guess, the technicalities of sport. I'm a die-hard fan, pero ikaw, you're a professional, right? So can you share the mindset of a pro, the pro mindset?
Okay, game. Let's get it on. Dito tayo sa The Pro Read. Mga Kakal-Bros, we're back dito sa ating Pro Read. Eto, curious lang ako saan ba nakuha nila itong winning formula? Okay, start tayo kay Coach. Tanong ko lang, kanina kasi tinanong natin paano sila nag-start, tinuruan mo, natuto ng kusa. Ikaw ba, paano ka nag-start? Sino ba yung nagturo sa'yo?
Well, nung panahon ko, siyempre, ambisyon natin, PBA ka agad eh. Mm-hmm. So, ang dream ko kaagad maglaro, makapunta sa PBA. So, doon pa lang, yun na yung ko kumbaga may target na ako, may goal na ako. So, lahat sa akin, inspiration ko is to prove it sa bahay, sa family na kaya kong magsarili, pumunta, makipagsapalaran ang term ko doon eh. Mm-hmm. So, yun nag-start ako, nakipagsapalaran ako sa Manila. And then, yun naglaro ako sa college. Stepping stone. College ka muna, tsaka ka later on, PBL, amateur, and then pro.
So nung college or nung high school, nahirapan ka pa alam mo na kagad yung basketball, yung mga plays. Kasi yung una akong nahirapan din nung high school eh. Nung pagpasok ko, sanay ako sa ligang labas, tatakbo lang ako eh.
Yeah. So, sa akin, hirap hirap ng buhay eh. So, kailangan mo alam mo yun, kailangan mo talaga sumikap. Mm-hmm. There's no other choice. Kailangan ko magsikap para, yan lang naman ang way ko eh. Sa academics, nag-shift na ako eh. So, nag-athlete na ako, nag-varsity. It helped my parents sa scholarship. Mm-hmm. So, ito na ako, yung path ko is basketball na ako. So, from there, I focus na ako, sipag lahat. Then, I went to Manila.
This is outside of the question. I'm just still so interested in how you guys are so damn talented as a family. Like, because it's very rare that you see all of the kids professional athletes. I think maybe the Williams family, Serena and Venus, but there's only two. So where did the athleticism in your family come from? Do your parents play? Do you have uncles, great grandpas, lolos?
Yeah. I think on my mother's side, because all of her siblings, they are athletes. Okay. The girls are volleyball players,
national team players.
Yeah, and yung mga boys na
lola
kapatid,
namin.
yeah, uncle ko they are basketball players.
I was trying to retrace the family tree. Like, where did it start?
The blood, yung sports, maging athlete dun sa mother's side, and sa father's side yung kasi mostly mga academic sila eh. So yung mga aunties ko, mga cousins
teachers,
ng they are all sa academics, teachers sa schools in Iloilo.
Because they say that what God is fair. Usually, are you not good in math or spelling? Like,
I'm not good in a lot of things.
I think the saying goes true naman.
Yeah.
Saka mahirap silang i-compare dun sa Serena sisters kasi they're all mermaids. Sana nakuha ko. Wala nag-react, wala nakakuha. Okay.
Gets ko.
Okay. Hindi ko na ulitin yun. Okay, tuloy naman natin. Okay, sa inyong dalawa naman. Kayo nahihirapan? Nahihirapan, sino mas mahigpit? Si mami o si daddy? Kahit saan?
Actually, mix sila eh. Pagdating sa school, sa school namin, si mama yung medyo mas may sa amin. Pagdating sa sports namin, si papa naman yung mas sa amin, disciplinarian. Si mama naman, ang paraan niya lang is, lagi lang kaming nire-remind ni mama na hindi naman kailangan honors din. Okay, kung pa-honors ka dyan, mga top mga students ka. Pero ang nire-remind niya sa amin is, remember, you have to pass for you to play. Kasi ganun sa Ateneo, kahit anong gawin mo, walang pinapalagpas doon. I mean, si 3D nangyari yun. One time na hindi siya umabot. He wasn't able to play for a year.
Tama.
He sat down for a year. So, ever since, pagdating sa basketball, sa school namin, yan ang reminder lang sa amin ni mama. Si papa naman, pagdating sa basketball, sige, gawin nyo na lahat kung ano yung gusto nyong gawin that would kung ano man yung makakapagpa-ready sa inyo maglaro. Pero pagdating ng laro, pag nakita kong hindi magandang laro niyo, may maririnig talaga kayo sa akin. Kung gusto niyo lumabas, matulog kayong ganito, punta kayo sa party, whatever. Hindi kami pinagbabawalan, pero wala to bench. Kasi results will show talaga Pag hindi ka nakatulog ng maayos, pag puyat ka, wala makikita. Ayun maririnig mo na yun. Kaya may mga isa or dalawang beses siguro namin na-experience yun. Tapos nakarinig kami. Hindi na namin inulit kasi alam na namin na walang magandang pupuntahan tong gagawin namin.
Si coach was laughing. Parang may na-experience niya na.
Parang gusto ko sabihin.
Diba? Parang bata pa lang, tinitreat ko na yung mindset ko. Tinitreat ko na sila as professional eh. Sige, gawin mo. Do your...
Learn your lesson. Go.
Tapos sige, yung mga extracurricular activities nyo, wala akong dyan. Pero pag dating ng laro, perform kayo.
Yan ha. Dahil lumabas ka.
Nag-good time ka, di ba? Masaya ka doon. Time to work. Do your work. Do your job.
So, hindi mo talaga, pag pinagsabay mo talaga, di ba? Parang may gusto kong sabihin.
Parang it's happened to you a lot, 30.
Quite a number of times.
Yes.
Lalo nung college siya. Especially yung college.
Kasi yun nga, feel ko mas outgoing ako kay si Mano kasi homebody talaga.
Yeah.
But yun nga, ako gusto ko makasama yung mga kaibigan ko. Pero na-realize ko nga na hinayaan lang nila ako. But kailangan ko rin gawin I have to do my part. And natatawa lang ako kasi naalala ko there was one time nung prom namin. Ball pala namin my senior year in high school. It was a Saturday tapos may game kami ng Sunday. At 12 pero yung call time namin nun parang 9. Yung ball namin natapos parang may after party pa yan. Nakauwi ako ng bahay. Anong oras na? Mga 5 or...
Opo.
Mga 5 kasi na-name drop ko, hinatid ko pa si Aaron Black pa uwi nun kaya ako natagalan. Sorry Aaron pero yun nga, and then we had a game and then after nung game, nakakuha ko pa yung MVP because it was like a selection game, parang ganon. And then, naalala ko on the way, parang tahimik ng kotse, wala nagsasalita. Pero after nung game, nung nanalo na kami, tapos nag-MVP pa, parang masaya na ulit kami lahat. Okay.
Baka hiyang ka dyan. Sige, okay lang.
Tuloy-tuloy mo lang.
Pero, yun na.
Pero, eto naman, like, sa'yo naman, coach. Kasi, si Mami, athlete din eh. Hindi naman kayo yung ano sinabi mo? Hindi, dapat ganito yung gagawin niya. Kasi athlete din, alam din eh. May mga ganung moment ba?
Meron kaming term na good cup, bad cup. Let me be the bad cup. Ikaw naman yung good cup. Alam mo yun?
Lagi? Or depende sa
minsan
situation?
nagpapalitan kami. Yeah. Siya discipline. Siya yung mag-talk sa kanila. Ako, alalay lang ako. Di ba? Binabalance lang.
Pag napuruhan na nung isa, hindi na
okay na, enough na.
Mahirap eh.
Pag napuruhan na,
walang tatakbuhan
mahirap
yung
recover yung pagbala ng mga pagbata.
I try to do that with my son. He's only 4. Sabi ng anak ko, bad cup ka, Dad. Okay.
So alam din niya. Ngayon yung first time niyang pumunta, kasi kayong dalawa, parehong Japan, naging nahirapan ba kayo? Dahil aside from home and away kayo, yung language barrier. Hindi ba kayo nahirapan, na-miss nyo na parang gusto ko na umuwi, parang ganun?
For me naman, hindi po ako masasabi ko hindi rin ako na homesick while I'm in Japan. Kasi parang sabi ko sa sarili ko na ito na. It's either I dedicate everything na iwan ko na lahat. Hindi naman iwan lahat, but doon na ako magpo-focus sa Japan while I'm there. Pero yung language barrier po, yun talaga yung pinakamahirap in that country. In Dubai, walang problema. Kasi nag-English po lahat. But nung sa Japan, lalo na nasa probinsya po ako, paglabas ng bahay, palayan tsaka bundok lang yung makikita mo. So,
hindi totoo yun. Kahit yes or no, hindi nila alam.
Nag-tutor po ako ng siguro mga couple of months, lalo na nung first few months ko sa Japan, nung basic lang na Japanese para lang maka-get by ka. Whether kung may kailangan kang puntahan, may tatanong ka saan ba tong store na to.
Mga basic words.
Paano magamit yung train sa ganitong lugar.
Anong basic words like, hi, are you free?
What's your number? Joke lang.
Pag tinanong, what do you mean if I'm free? If you're free.
Pero
if you're not busy.
Yeah, if you're not busy.
Pero yun, yung mga ganun pong simple words na nakatulong po ng malaki, lalo na sa probinsya.
But when you're on the court, you're playing with, they're speaking pretty much
they have
English.
Translator.
Well, yes, we have a translator for the coach. Pag Japanese coach. Pero yun nga, basketball is universal naman. So pass, cut, shoot, go here, go there. Parang naiintindihan naman nila yung ganong terms. But
it'd be pretty hard if the game is pretty heated and then you have to a translator. Okay, like a couple seconds.
Kaya pag during time, pinapanood ko, ang bilis ng translator eh. Kasi mga import yung kausap eh. Kaya ang hirap nung pag minura ko ng coach, what did he say? Nothing.
Nakakatawa, may ganun talaga mga translator na
instances na ganun.
May translator na galit. Tapos meron din translator na minimelo out niya yung sinasabi ng coach.
Sumisigaw na yung coach.
Sumisigaw yung coach pero yung sinasabi niya parang let's go, let's do, you can do this. Tapos ikaw na lang isip mo, parang hindi ito yung sinasabi. Parang hindi ito yung
sa time na yan, alam mo yung lahat yung mga mura na words, no? Yeah.
Actually, wala masyado sa Japan eh. Wala masyadong. Of course, bilang Pilipino, tayo kasi ang unang tinuturo natin.
So, mura lagi.
So, nagugulat nga ako minsan sa mga teammate ko. Pag nag-shooting ako, wala akong sinasabi. Bilang, uy, ba't may naririnig ako? G-word. Sabi ko, masyado na tayong matagal magkasama.
So, ngayon, ikaw naman, coach, sa bahay, aside from coaching your kids, aside from basketball,
can you coach my kid?
Yeah. Actually, that's
you have to introduce me first.
That's a good idea. Ano ka ba? Hands-on ka rin sa ibang bagay? Like, for example, nagluluto ka ba? Nagpe-prepare? Sinasabi sa kanila yung vitamins, huwag kalimutan? Mga
well, sa ganyan, Hindi sa luto, definitely hindi.
Bawal
Luto,
ka.
hindi.
Bawal
Hindi ako marunong.
Aminado naman.
So, ako, more on guidance lang ako. Yung nag-guide ko lang sila, extracurricular activities. Awareness lang naman for me. Basta aware ka lang sa when you, especially social media, when you answer, when you speak, when you talk, mga ganyang bagay. Maliliit na bagay lang. And basic lang ako. Basic things na ni-remind them every time. It started dun sa household rules, which is very simple. It's first na tinuro ko sa nila growing up is the po, opo, yeah, kuya, ate, ma'am, sir. Those things na very simple and very basic. Para ganito. Dati kasi parang growing up sila, parang hindi pa sila, they're not used to it. Parang corny. No. This is supposed to, you're supposed to do this. So, doon nagsimula yan yung mga ko sa kanila.
Okay. Ngayon naman, Kiefer and 3D. Of course, magkaka-girlfriend. Pagkaroon ng problema, sinong nilalapitan nyo? Si mommy o si daddy? Or kahit hihingi ng advice?
Or hindi pa po nagkaka-girlfriend So,
sige, wag mo na sagutin. Kiefer na lang.
Oo nga
Gusto mo lang ma-excuse.
Actually, excuse talaga
Excuse
sa
ka.
Excuse to
Ako, siguro si mama, I would say.
Mas okay.
Pagdating sa ganung part. And usually kasi ako, nung time na yun, pag nagka-girlfriend ako, ang pinaka maririnig ko lang kasi sa kanya is pag yung nawawala ako sa focus sa laro Alam niya kaagad na, alam ko na, ako personally aware na ako na pag nagtanong ako sa kanya, more on dun papunta yung advice na parang nawawala ka sa focus, may girlfriend ka kasi, ganito yung oras mo, nahahati, ganyan. So pagdating naman sa, kung gusto ko talaga ng advice or something like that na, kahit minsan alam kong papunta din doon kay mama ako.
Doon na lang.
Magtatanong.
I have a quick question. So like, Kiefer, you just got married and like, you're from a family of great athletes. I'm hoping, or we think that one day you might have some children as well. So is there some pressure that you have a star athlete?
Well, actually, if you would ask me, syempre gusto ko. I mean, di ba? Gusto ko. Pero nakakatawa yung wife ko, si Diana, kasi parang when we first got married nung June, and we were talking about planning, kids and everything. Tapos siyempre, sinasabi ko na, pag lalaki yan, basketball kagad yung hawak niya. Pag babae, pwede namang volleyball agad, ganyan. Siguro after like 2 weeks, medyo na siya na, naiisip niya sa sarili niya na baka pag hindi naging athlete ang anak natin, hindi mo mamahalin. So, nasa parking kami one time. Tapos, all of a sudden, nagsalita na lang siya, sabi niya lang, kahit anong mangyari sa anak natin, mamahalin mo. Ginanon niya lang ako. Tapos parang sabi ko, wait, saan ang galing to? Wait lang. Hindi kasi, last 2 weeks ka pang pag ganito, kailangan. So parang, so sabi ko lang sa kanya na, of course, I would love to have, kids who are athletic and things like that, especially ngayon. Mahal na ng school dito, Vince. Kaysa mahal na kailangan ng mga scholarships.
Kasi nangyari na naging like si Bong, naging scholar, natulungan yung family. Kayo rin, naging scholar, natulungan niyo siya. So parang
malaking bagay din yun.
Sana maging tradition na.
Promise ko naman na mamahalin ko naman, of course. Siyempre, kahit
kawawa ako. Yung anak ko hindi maging scholar yan. Hindi maging
kaya naman daw kasi Tito Benz, kaya naman daw bayaran.
Kaya mo naman
Walang problema.
Of course.
Alam mo, every year school is getting more expensive. Sa ngayon, he's at preschool, my son. So we're not at the level where you have to pay extreme amounts of money. So for me, I think I'm just going to homeschool him forever. And then he can be a scholar there because I can grade him.
Tito Benz, inaanak ko si Kyrie, yung anak ni Baser. Si Baser. Nagtanong-tanong ako, sabi niya sa akin, Kif, mag-anak ka na kasi si Kyrie, grade 3 sa Ateneo. 200,000. Parang homeschool na lang tayo nito. Homeschool.
And then you think about the international schools.
Mahirap.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. The easiest way is to not.
Ako nga, meron pa akong 3 kids, 16, 14, and 8. Kaya nga, minsan...
I'm proud you made it this far.
Yeah, I know. Pag bibigay ko na yung pera kay Mrs. Ganito, ganyan. Tapos sabihin ko, travel tayo. Ba't tayo travel? Hindi, babakasyon. Travel. Nag-enroll ako 3. Anita travel dati. Oo nga pala, no? Bus ka agad. Saan nakakatuwa yung 8-year-old ko, pagkarga ko, parang tanong sa akin, apo nyo. Tapos kino-compute ko, sabi ko nga, pwede ng anak ni Andre talaga. So, pwede na. So, yeah. Wow. So, not good.
Road trip na lang. Road trip na lang, di na travel.
Okay, so let's maybe try to talk less basketball, or maybe it is basketball. Actually, I don't know.
Kakasabi lang, di nga mapigil.
Well, let's try.
Let's try.
So growing up as brothers, or maybe just as a family, was there any special moments that you celebrated? Maybe it's like basketball. Maybe it was when you went pro. Maybe it was when you won your first championship, or when you discovered that you like grasshoppers.
Ano ba? Well, siguro I would say yung trip natin, Tito Benj, nung nag-US tayo.
Milo.
Kasi, for our family, if you would ask me right now if there's something that we would actually regret, it's we weren't able to travel a lot as a family because of our schedules. Kasi si Papa naglalaro pa ng time na yun. Si Thirdy nasa school, ako nasa school. And all practice. Minsan, mas paguran pa yung summer training kaysa sa regular na. Pero pag hindi ka naman makalis kasi may school naman, may laro naman. So, nung time na yun, that was actually the first time we were able to go to the States all together na naaalala namin kung ano yung nangyayari. Hindi katulad ng mga before, nung 96, 97. Bata pa si Thirdy. Halos kapapanganak pa lang ni Thirdy. Si Danny, wala pa ako, 4 years old. Yeah. Ako kahit pa paano naaalala ko, pero si Thirdy, I'm sure wala pang masyadong memories. Pero nung time na yon, that this was in
14
06, 07
Easter Classic.
Easter Classic. 07 ata yun kasi pa first year high school ako. So I think yun siguro, personally, that would be a core memory for me kasi marami akong naalala besides basketball, meeting relatives over there. And it was the first time that we were actually complete to travel overseas. Kahit ngayon, hirap kaming gawin na kaya na nga namin to...
Salungat kasi yung schedule.
So, siguro yun, that would be something that would really be memorable for me.
For me, I feel it's this moment right now.
Yeah.
I feel like this is it.
Core memory.
So dahil dyan, regular na kayo rito.
Actually, dahil dyan, you can have it.
Hiwalay para hiwalay din yung bayan.
Hindi, alis na kayo. Sibong lang may iwan.
How about your 30?
Does this have anything to do with basketball?
It's up to you. It's up
Kung
to
ano
you.
yung...
Sige. Well, yun nga, isa sa akin yung Easter Classic, but also I think another core memory of mine is when we all traveled as a family to visit my brother in Texas. So I think that was the last family trip that we've had. 2016 to 2017, nag-New Year's pa tayo dun. And si Mano, naglaro siya for the Texas Legends at that time. So, sobrang na-enjoy namin kasi pinapanood lang namin si Manong and we were together as a family. And yun, saw the relatives, a lot of cousins na we grew up with na nakita namin dun. So, I think that was a fun time. That's something that I won't forget to this day.
So yun, napag-usapan nga na si Kiefer pinunta niyo ron. Sa'yo naman, how's Kiefer as a brother, an older brother?
As a kuya.
Ano ba siya? Bully ba yan?
Well, definitely. Bully is a given. But yun nga, sinabi ni Mano kanina, prankster siya, mahilig siya bang asar kahit sino man yan. He likes to keep the environment light, but he's also a natural leader. Panganay talaga siya sa amin, and he's the eldest, very selfless. Alam mo yun, like
very kind.
Yeah, very generous as well. Yun nga, with Manong, yun talaga yung maasahan mo sa kanya na he'll be there when you need him the most, that he would show up, not just in the games, but in life as well.
Pero ikaw, Keith, hindi ka naman parang si daddy mo sa kanya na pag, halimbawa, mali yung samahin laro niya, kinakausap mo ba siya?
Actually, nung college, parang ako yung medyo naging laid back nun kasi minsan kahit yun nga lumalabas, syempre siya yung mas outgoing, pero pag nakita mo 22 points, 24 points, parang hindi ako nagsasalita. Pag sinasabihan ako nila, mama, sabihan mo nga yung kapatid.
Hiyang na siya.
Hiyang no?
Sabihan mo nga yung kapatid mo kasi lumabas na naman, ganyan. Sabi ko, teka lang ma, parang paano ko sasabihan yan Wala naman tayong nagawa niya kung ano yung yung deliverables na gawa
Oo, kasi pag pinagalitan mo, sasagutin ka lang. Ano bang complain niyo sa akin?
Diba? Panalo, tatlong championship, MVP ka ng finals. Parang,
wala
diba? Pero, actually, up until lately, maganda lang din kasi growing up, siyempre, of course, being competitors, ayaw ko din magpatalo sa kanya na medyo natural na si 30 pinakaunang sa Japan. Sige nga, sunod nga ako doon. Parang punta din ako doon, di ba? Ngayon na nasa Dubai naman siya, palarong EuroLeague. Of course, at the same time, nagmamature din yung relationship namin. It's nice that the saying goes, it's never too late na ngayon na-develop yung relationship namin as magkapatid. Na all this time, dahil sa competitive nature namin, parang there's always this barrier na, mas magaling ako, mas magaling ka. Pero ngayon na mature na kami to set aside, our competitive juices, especially in the off-season, na ito time natin para mag-bonding.
Parang you found your brotherly love.
Parang bigla kaming naging close sa isa't isa na all this time na medyo, missing, kumbaga.
So, boy, I love this. So let's talk about your dad. I mean, obviously, he's a coach at the highest level. So, how is he at home? How can he switch off coach and dad? Is it hard? What's it like living with a coach and a dad?
Siguro nag-stop na din.
Yeah.
No, parang I felt like it stopped when we were both professionals.
Yeah.
Umabot na. So
you made it. Yung rin, kahit yung whatever happens, you would have messages. We have a group, the three of us, na we would just see messages after the game na good game, bawi kayo, next game, sayang yung game, played well pero natalo. Yan, hindi mo mawawala sa kanya yun every time sa group namin palagi. So, I mean, syempre yun yung situation namin since we're both overseas. Pero yun nga, I think the coaching, I think, stopped when we were both pros, which we appreciated din kasi now we could really lean into his father figure na kung ano yung mga kailangan namin sa buhay, ano yung mga guidance na like for me, starting up a family and things like that. Siya, being overseas and probably, hoping to look for a girlfriend. Diba? So,
hoping pa rin.
Hoping pa rin.
Hope.
So, ayun naman siguro yung that part.
Pero ikaw, Bong, kasi, yung dalawang lalaki, of course, normal lang, napagalitan mo. Ganon din ikaw kay Danny o medyo, oops, hindi ko mapagalitan to.
Well, doon ako nahirapan.
Sabi ko na eh.
Doon ako, even up to now. Medyo mahirap yun Kailangan iba yung tema ng utak mo.
Hindi mo pwedeng pagalitan.
Hindi kasi basketball player. Although, iba naman siya. Ibang approach. More on lang ako. Alalay pa rin. These two, okay na pero nandun pa rin, ang mga advice pa rin, especially sa mga finances nila o gastos. Magastos, wag magastos. Yun ang naman lagi. Talo na to, magsa-start pala ng family.
So yung sinasabi, pag yung anak mo may pamilya na, mas kailangan ka.
Correct.
It's nice to see this journey that has happened, right? So you both have made it as professionals. Obviously, you have succeeded as a father and putting your children into these positions. So now, at this time, you both have found your brotherly love, and then they're leaning into you as the dad now, not necessarily needing so much advice for games, but more advice in life.
In life.
Oh wow.
Nice.
What a moment.
Pero ikaw, kaya nga sinasabi, bully ka Si Danny ba, binubully mo? Ay yung bata. Kasi pag bata...
Nung bata, medyo silang dalawa ang salungat ng ugali kasi.
Okay.
So, medyo ako yung talagang gitna nila Pero sa dulo-dulo, medyo si Danny pa yung medyo kinailangan namin ng ano eh.
Yeah. Actually, 3 kaming nag-ano doon.
No, medyo... Well, siguro, Tito, parang I think it comes with, I mean, the generation also, yung mga bata ngayon na iba na rin kasi yung kinadat na nila, kung ano yung kinalakihan nila, on how we grew up with playing against, the Solar Boys. Siyempre, yung mga bata ngayon, may iba na rin naman yung kinalakihan nila. So, being mature kuyas din, I mean, we try to see where it's coming from before we actually act on something. Pero pag sumusobra ka na, alam naman namin na kung paano ka din kausapin. And, ang maganda lang naman kay Danny is kahit anong, of course, way namin siya sabihan, she knows it's always gonna come from a good place, di ba? It's just nothing but the best, pure love, and yun lang ang alam niya. Kahit makikita namin habang sinasabihan na lumuluha na siya, kasi parang dapat hindi ito yung naririnig ko, di ba? Pero wala, that's life talaga eh. That's that's your perk as us being your kuyas na,
whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba? We're gonna be here till, you're old, hopefully. So, yun naman yung niya. Maganda naman kay Danny, nakikinig naman siya. Although sometimes it's really hard to penetrate the...
Pero si mami mo, kaya naman siya.
Silang dalawa ang iba rin ang relationship nila. I mean, their dynamics is also different, especially... I'm sure it's really hard for my mom as well kasi she has to separate the being the team manager and the mom at the same time every day.
Ang hirap
in practice, in sa bahay, pagdating sa laro, she gets a lot of unnecessary flack for it because they're in the same working environment, but she's doing my mom's doing an excellent job on handling her team and making sure that, there's no favoritism and and take it at home, whatever, with Danny and my mom.
So nung bata kayo, syempre, you're the bully, right? So you had the fight, right? You're fighting a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Bakit?
Yes.
Mukhang may hugot ka. Mukhang meron na.
There was one
Yung Troy
time
Montero na yan.
when they're growing up,
Yung
there's a
boxing
point, bumili ako ng boxing glove.
So umabot talaga sa ganong away.
Ko yung
That's
kanan.
brothers.
Ang malala nun, isang pair lang yung binili ni Papa. So one
tigisa.
right, one left. Si Manong pa yung kumuha ng kanan. So nung nag-boxing kami, kaliwa lang yung pwede kong gamitin.
So umabot.
Mabot sa ganun.
Natalo.
Kasi sa akin, si Andre, binubuli si Kobe nun. Ngayon naman, si Kobe, lumaking bully. Yun. Si Andre yung
Lay low.
nag-lay-low. Si Kobe dalada.
Actually, ganun din naman sa amin. Nung umano din ako, parang ako talaga yung medyo, whether in public or whatever, si Thirdy yung medyo, siya yung bouncer naming lahat eh. Siya yung protector namin eh. Na pag ako, kasi alam niyang hindi ako confrontational eh. Hindi ako ganyan.
Siya yung
Siya yung lumaking ganun din.
Pronto eh, pronto.
Kasi nangyari din ngayon ulit doon sa 16 and 14 ko. Yung 16 ko, binubuli yung 14. Hanggang sa ngayon, hindi niya na mabuli kasi lumaki.
Same as my brother, si Troy. Troy is 7 years older than me, right? So there's a big age difference. And so talagang he would bully us. Sabi niya sa akin, if you cry, I'm gonna hit you harder. I'm gonna hit you harder. And it got so far na sobrang tamad siya. Ganun lang siya. Tapos, ako kasi tamad siya. Tapos, ayun. I got bigger than him. So, sige, subukan niyo ako. Subukan mo. So, he
Pero
doesn't try.
actually, nakakatulong din yung pangbubuli ng kapatid.
The
Kaya
brothers-
sumusobra. Like yung 16 ko, binuli yung 14 ko. And nanonood kami ng anime. Tapos sinabihan, why are you watching anime? You're not supposed to watch anime. Kung gusto hindi nanonood, wala na akong, hindi na rin ako nanonood.
Pati ikaw nabully.
Nabully rin ako. Tapos binubuli rin niya yung 8-year-old girl ko. Ngayon naman, tumapang din.
Yeah.
So ako yung nahirapan ngayon.
Yeah. Siguro like what is Danny now. Kasi survival eh.
Hindi saka lumaking dalawang kasamang lalaki. Oo.
Yeah, 2 boys si Danny. She needs to survive.
Yep.
Pati sa kainan. Siya
Survival of the fittest. Yeah.
Una siya. Otherwise, wala na matitira sa kanya.
Saka ngayon nga sa bahay, ganun, may mga names na lahat. Yung mga food, may names yun. Hindi pwedeng galawin yun.
Okay, so we were talking about anong pick mo. So Benji, anong pick mo? The OG Coach Bong's Court Smarts or the next gen Speed and Hustle?
Doon pa rin ako sa Court Smarts. Para at least may plano, di ba? Maganda.
Okay. Yeah, so ako naman with the hustle. I'm with the hustle, because my dad always said to me, basta wake up at 6 a.m., work hard, good things will happen. That's it.
Yeah, very simple.
So anyway, maraming salamat at sa ating mga kakalbro sa inyong pakikinig sa amin ngayon at hopefully nag-enjoy kayo sa aming kwentuhan with the Ravenna family.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Kaya i-follow nyo rin yung mga social namin, Basketboleros with the Kalbros on Facebook, IG, YouTube, and Spotify.
And Friendster. Pati sa Friendster.
Make sure yung email,
Newsletter.
Okay. Make sure to comment, subscribe, like, share, do all of those things. If you comment, make sure like lang.
Like lang, ha?
Pag may comment kayo, basta maganda yung comment.
Okay.
Pag wala. Okay. So now it's your turn. Anong pick mo? So drop your answers in the comments. Is it OG Smarts or is it Next Gen Hustle?
Yan.